All right, welcome, folks, to today's live stream. Let me know if you guys can all hear me okay. If you can let me know down in the comments below that you guys can indeed hear me, that would be fantastic. That way I can get going here. How's everyone doing, folks? Like and subscribe. Smash that like button, because here's the thing. While we're getting started here, letting a couple people trickle in, I gotta be honest with you guys, we received an email from YouTube, and this is totally real. I'm being 100% serious right now, no sarcasm or joking in this following sentence. We received an email that pretty much verbatim stated that this channel is pumping out too much great content. We're constantly bringing you guys too much time-sensitive, important news stories, and we're breaking down this market too well, too often, and it's making the other channels look bad. So they've asked us politely to kind of stop bringing you guys the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news and analysis. But you know, we told YouTube kindly, you know, we just can't. We can't stop bringing you guys the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news and analysis. So, folks, if you want to help us stave off the YouTube hordes trying to censor us, smash that like button. So, folks, before we get started here, we have some obligatory hydration. I'm gonna tell you folks right now, you don't see other people doing that. You don't see other channels. You don't see other people. I mean, I can't remember the last time. I mean, we don't need to name names here, but I cannot remember the last time a certain someone has drank water. In fact, to my best understanding, a certain someone was missing in action for a couple days due to dehydration. So, folks, look, if the question ever arises as to who is more hydrated, I mean, come on. It's not even really a question. We all know who is more hydrated. So, folks, do yourself a favor. Drink some water, because the more water people drink, the more likes we get. And the more likes we get, the more views we get. And the more views we get, the more price goes up. So just drink water and hit that like button. It's basically the main message here. Are you secretly Crypto Kirby? I don't know if that's meant to be some kind of insult, or if it's I am kind of roundish. No, I'm not aware of who Kirby is. Crypto Kirby. I don't know. Hello from Ohio. Welcome, Ohio. AJ saying stay hydrated there. Coming for the million or the moon. So, folks, this is very interesting times in the market. So as we can see, everything is pretty much down, which is no bueno. And in fact, Bitcoin is breaking down. We're seemingly losing a $33,000 zone. That's not good. We really got to maintain 33,000. Bitcoin is putting in consistent lower highs and lower lows in the short term. We have lost the 21 daily exponential moving average. We have lost the 21 daily simple moving average. So Bitcoin is very bearish. So, folks, I want to describe to you guys a scenario in which, if it plays out, we'll have a greater understanding of where Bitcoin can move to next. Because right now, so far, look, guys, now Bitcoin's just been going in the sideways moving channel. We're not really picking a major macro direction. We're just kind of moving sideways, maybe slightly trending downwards. So how do we know if Bitcoin's going to pick a new direction? Well, folks, I believe this week is absolutely critical. It is crunch time for Bitcoin, because the way Bitcoin reacts this following week really could spell out what the next 6 months of price action looks like. And I want to show you guys why. Let's go over to the weekly chart here. And if we go over here to the weekly, we can see that we've had basically every single weekly candle close since the original sell-off close above the 50 weekly exponential moving average. Let me say that again. Since the original correction back in May, we have held the 50 weekly exponential moving average. So, folks, when we're at this inflection point, when Bitcoin is deciding what its next major macro move will be, whether the downside or the upside, holding a moving average that we've held all throughout the massive correction is absolutely critical if we want the bulls to be in charge. and right now we are below it. This moving average is currently just around 33,000. Let's call it 800, 33,800. So for Bitcoin to be bullish, Bitcoin needs to get back above this moving average. And so if Bitcoin within the next 6 days and 4 hours does not get back above this thing, if we have a weekly candle body close above this thing, that is very, very bad news. Give me a second here, folks. Let me just fix something here on my end. Give me a second. Sorry, folks. There's a massive problem here on my end that I will now remedy, which is there's no water in my cup, and we cannot let that be, because we stay hydrated on this channel. Me specifically, I mean, I'd like to stay on this channel we stay hydrated, but I mean, I know my viewers do, but I think, you know, there's some questions whether or not Messin's staying hydrated or not. Some very interesting questions here. And folks, I'm not raising any allegations. I'm just asking questions, right? I'm asking questions and I'm sticking to the facts. Now, the fact is, I drink water every live stream. The fact is, I've never seen Messin drink water on a live stream. So who can argue, you know, that Messin's more hydrated? I personally don't see how Messin could be more hydrated. I'm personally very clearly vastly more hydrated than Messin. I don't know how the argument can be made that he's more hydrated than I am, but some people tend to think so. I mean, I think the facts are on my side for sure. But folks, sticking to the facts here, right? It is critical that within basically the next 6 days, we get back above this moving average. If we don't, if within the next 6 days we do not get back above this moving average, then folks, that is a sign that we're losing support and that the bears are winning. So at this point in which Bitcoin right now is just trying to decide what the next 6 months of price action is going to look like. Whether we have a massive crash down to 24K, then 20K, or a recovery rally, it's likely to be decided in the very near future here, in the coming days, in the coming weeks, probably within the month. We're going to decide. We're not just going to go sideways forever. Right now, the bulls and the bears are fighting to pick a direction. And if within the next 6 days, 4 hours, we don't get back above 33,800, then the bears start to look like they're winning. So it's very, very important that within the next 6 days, we get back above 33,800. So I just want to give you guys this bit of news that right now, no one really knows what's going on. A lot of people are talking about their feelings and intuitions. People are saying, oh, based off their gut feeling, we're going to go back into a bull market, or based off their gut feeling, we're going to crash further. No, folks, this is something very, very tangible. All throughout the crash, we have held this line as support. So we got to continue. And look, we've wicked down below it. So we've experienced time below this moving average. That's fine. The key thing, and let me remove some of these lines from a previous point I was making so you guys can actually get a better sense of these wicks. So see, we've wicked down below the support level all the time. That's fine. So we just got to get back above this thing within the next 6 days. So basically, the bulls have 6 days to prove that they have a fighting chance of taking back control. If within the next 6 days they don't, if we're still below this line in 6 days from now, 4 hours, then that starts to look like the bears are winning. And if the bears are winning, we could get a daily candle closing below 30,000 or 29,000. And if we make a lower low and get a daily candle on a lower low, close on a lower low, so basically get a daily candle close below 30,000, close below 29,000, then in that case, folks, 24,000 and then 20,000 is very, very likely for Bitcoin. So following this moving average, the next 6 days is absolutely critical times for Bitcoin. So that's one of the major things I wanted to bring to you guys. See what you guys are saying. HeyJet 2009 says no bueno in regards to, I believe, Messin's constant state of dehydration. I would agree. You know, Messin, he's very confident when it comes to technical analysis, but he's unfortunately not very hydrated, and I'm vastly more hydrated than he is. I see Sam saying please crash. GoldenEye saying I just got a pour water pitcher. Yeah, folks, you got to drink some water. Drink that water. Stay hydrated. So right now, in the short term, it is not all doom and gloom for Bitcoin. Maybe for the 4 hour, to probably see this a little bit better. So, okay, based on the 4 hour here, I do believe we have a nice cushion, nice range of support based off some kind of previous lows and price reactivity. here at kind of $32,000. So around this 32,200 to about 32,700. It's a nice sideways moving range. Okay, there's some price reactivity here. All right, here this range acted as support. Here's support, here's support, here resistance. So if you look back, there's a few places in which this was a price reactive zone. So I could imagine buyers stepping in. We do have a cluster of volume coming in here at kind of 32,800 and then again at 32,600. So again, there is a little bit of a cushion of support below us, which is good. But if we lose this, if we put in a lower low below 32,000, then in that case, folks, it looks like we're going to test 30,000 and then 29,000. And if we get a daily candle making lower low, then in that case, it really looks like the bears have won. So folks, for Bitcoin to start looking bullish, we got to get daily candles fully closing above the 21 EMA on the daily and the 21 SMA on the daily for Bitcoin. Until it does that, Bitcoin is bearish. Now, I want to talk about some major news events here with Bitcoin. So, unfortunately, we're also seeing an increased number of shorts within the market. Now I remember why I had those red lines there on the weekly, because it was significant. So we can see here that based on a 12-hour time frame, that there are 52%. The market's 52% short compared to 47% long. If we go to 24 hours, I believe it's similar. Where actually no, there's more longs than shorts. But what we are seeing on Bitfinex, a sudden rise in shorts. So let's kind of examine when was the last time we had what happened when we had these sudden spikes in shorts, specifically on Bitfinex. So let's go to 25 June and let's see how price action reacted. So if we go over here, bust out our line, if we find 25 June right here, that was 25 June. So shorts went up, price dipped. So we're seeing shorts go up right now and price is dipping. So let's see further. Okay, shorts go up here, 15 June. Let's see what happens to price action here. So 15 June, let's find 15 June. Right here, price dips. That's no bueno. It's not good to see. All right, 09 June. Let's see what happens to price action when shorts go up. 09 June, shorts go up, price trended downwards. Not good. All right, let's see. Shorts go up, 17 May. Let's see what happens to price action here. So let's see. Yeah, 17 May, price goes down. So, I mean, it's not good. So as we can see recently, the last time shorts have increased in this fashion, whenever there's been a dramatic spike in shorts, in the recent past when this has happened, we have experienced downtrends. So, I mean, that could be pretty much what we're seeing now. So, folks, there's reasons to be bullish, reasons to be bearish. Ultimately, I think the inflection point is pretty clear. The bears have basically 6 days to try and win this thing. If in the next 6 days we can get back above this thing, then the bulls have a continued fighting chance of pushing for a recovery rally. But they have 6 days. If within the next 6 days, folks, we're still below this line, then that's going to be a major tipping point that could really, really tip us over to the bearish side. So Bitcoin has 6 days, in my opinion. This is a major inflection point. The fact that we've held this all throughout our downtrend is super telling. We've held this, folks. And if we lose it, that's a brand new factor that could really tip things over to the bearish side. So I think we have 6 days to find out what Bitcoin is going to look like for the next couple months. So GoldenEye saying, do you think we will see BTC higher than 65K this year again? Look, I tend to lean more bullish, but right now we are in a bear trend, folks. Whether we're in a confirmed several year-long bear market is still up in the air. With that being said, we're definitely in a bear trend for sure, folks. Like, look, I lean bullish. I've been buying the dip both in my real life and paper portfolio, which I'll give you guys an update on. But with that being said, we're putting in macro lower highs, lower lows, breaking below critical support, 200 daily EMA and SMA. We are bearish as shit. In the short term, we are putting in lower highs and lower lows. We are bearish. We have gotten nothing but constant bearish confirmation, and we have not broken that bearish price structure. So for me to think that we're going to go to 65K Bitcoin this year we need to break the bearish price structure. And to break the bearish price structure, we need to do 3 things, folks. Fuck everyone's feelings and intuitions. You're going to hear a lot of big YouTubers talk about their feelings and intuitions. No, fuck that. We need to do 3 things if we want Bitcoin to be back in a bull market again. We need to make higher highs, we need to make higher lows, and we need to flip major resistance into support. Once we do that, we can make an argument that we're in a bull market and we could retest all-time highs and we could go to 100,000 and beyond. We need to do those 3 things. We have not done those 3 things. In fact, we have gotten constant confirmation of the bearish trend. And when we get bearish confirmation, we get bearish continuation. So we actually have to break the bearish trend to start thinking we can go to all-time high and enter price discovery. To break the bearish trend, we're going to make higher highs, higher lows, and flip major resistance into support. The first major resistance level that we need to get above is the 50 daily SMA. This white line, super price reactive, was the bedrock of support all throughout our uptrend. First major sell-off with Bitcoin, held that support. The second major sell-off with Bitcoin, held that support. Same 2017. As soon as we lost it, beginning of the major sell-off. So, for me, to kind of answer your question, for me to start getting bullish on Bitcoin and think that Bitcoin can go back to all-time highs in a price discovery, the first thing we need to do to start making an argument that that could happen is get above this white line. And the longer we stay below this white line, the longer we'll continue to trend it downward. So for me to think that we can go to 65K, the first thing we need to do is get above that get above this white line. And until we're above that white line, 65K is the dream. It's unreasonable. Once we get it back above that, then we can make an argument that, hey, there's a fighting chance that we could get back to all-time highs. But until we get above that white line, I don't think we're doing it. And again, guys, 6 days. The bulls and the bears are going to fight it out for 6 days. If in the next 6 days we lose this level, that is a new thing. That is a new factor that we need to consider in our equation. Like if you gotta, if we're trying to figure out, bull market or bear market, it's some kind of mathematical equation. We're trying to weigh all the different factors. A weekly close below this level is a new factor that wasn't previously there, that leans heavily in the bearish side. So we have 6 days. 6 days, folks. 6 days. If we don't get back above that, it's not good. And the fact that shorts are increasing, also not good. But again, folks, it's not all doom and gloom. All right, we still have bullish divergence on the higher time frame. So also, just to kind of, again, just to reiterate maybe for the newer people, again, folks, we're distilling for you the most important TA you guys got to be aware of in a simple and understand manner. So definitely smash that like button, because the more likes we get, the more views we get. That's why YouTubers constantly push for the like button, because it's simple. More likes we get, more views we get. So if you like the channel, smash that like button. So weekly MACD, bullish crossover. Weighted MACD bullish crossover. MACD on the way up. Daily RSI having higher lows and higher highs paired with lower lows and lower highs in price action. So let's see if we can actually line this up a little bit better here. So you see how we have this high here and this high here in price action. So we have a lower high in price action paired with a higher high in RSI. This is bullish divergence. And we experienced the exact opposite with the beginning of our downtrend here. So when we were going up parabolically here, we had higher highs in price action paired with lower highs in RSI, which was bearish divergence, and that eventually led to the crash. So just how that bearish divergence led to the market crashing, now we're experiencing the exact opposite. So that's one of the reasons why I think a recovery rally is very realistic. But again, folks, short term, it's not looking good. It's looking very bearish, in fact, very bad. Also, the weekly here. The weekly looks stupidly bullish. So let me line this up so you guys can actually see this. So weekly MACD, histogram ticking up. Last time this has happened, I've showed this many times in previous live streams. The last time, if we line up kind of histogram beginning to take up with price action over the previous cycle, there was almost always a uptrend after this happened. Weighted MACD bullish crossover, stochastic RSI all the way oversold bullish crossover. I mean, there's a lot of reasons to think that the momentum is shifting from bearish to bullish on high time frames. But we need to see follow through with this. It's not translating to the price action. We actually need to see higher highs and higher lows in continuation. And until we actually see that, we're going to continue to trend downwards. The bulls have got to break out convincingly. We have got to get back above the 21 daily EMA, this kind of red line here. It's been this red line and blue line, 21 EMA and SMA on the daily have been acting as resistance. We got to get daily candles closing above it, then we can test that 50 daily SMA. If we get above that 50 daily SMA, we can get optimistic. But until then, I am bearish, folks. I am bearish right now for sure. So Mills is saying, have been winning ever since 62K broke. No way they will throw in the towel. Now see ya at 25K soon. Yeah, we could go to 25K for sure. Again, if we get a daily candle making a lower low, basically, if we get a daily candle closing below 30,000, 29,000, yeah, we're probably gonna go to 24K than 20K, very likely. I see. What else you guys are saying? Armchair bulls are wanting the market to magically go up all by itself. I mean, we're seeing the bullish divergence on high time frames. We saw how bearish divergence led to a downtrend, and now we're seeing the exact inverse, where we're seeing bullish divergence that could lead to an uptrend. But I mean, I agree that we're definitely bearish. We're 100% in a bear trend. In fact, it's leaning more bearish than not. We're like, it's all bad, folks. Macro, lower highs and lower lows, and even in the short term, lower highs and lower lows. It's bad. It's all bearish all the way around. But again, folks, it's not all doom and gloom. But just to throw a little bit more doom and gloom at you, folks, we do have a significant catalyst in the very near future here. So July 18th, we have a GBTC unlock. What is GBTC? For those who don't know, GBTC is Grayscale's kind of Bitcoin product. So Grayscale is one of the largest investment funds in the world, certainly when it comes to crypto. And they have a lot of different investing products. One of them is GBTC, where you can buy basically a synthetic version of Bitcoin. And so a lot of institutional players have been buying GBTC, and there is an unlock happening on July the 18th. So in 6 days, folks, 6 days, which will coincide with the weekly close, we will have this unlock. So there will potentially, a lot of people are speculating that there will be a lot of sell pressure due to this unlock. Although I want to say that I heard this from, I forget his name, the CEO of Celsius, who was saying that it's not all GBTC holders that will be unlocked on the 18th. It's only people who participated in funding GBTC with their Bitcoin that will be unlocked on the 18th. So basically, what I'm trying to say here is that a smaller portion than the market thinks will be unlocked on the 18th. But this could be a substantial selling pressure on the market, although we don't know. People may continue to hodl. They may not want to sell at a loss. So we will see what happens. But this is very, very critical. So folks, 6 days. This unlock happens. 6 days. We have a weekly candle close. So if in 6 days there isn't a massive sell-off, if in 6 days we get back above 33,800, 900, then in that case, maybe we can start to be a bit more optimistic. But if in 6 days there is that selling pressure, we close below 33,800, 33,900, then the bears really start to look like they're in charge. So this next week is make it or break it territory for Bitcoin, folks. And while I've been saying it's not all doom and gloom, why don't you give me a second here to share why it's not all completely doom and gloom. We have been seeing the number of Bitcoin held on exchanges decrease. This is the opposite of what you see entering a bear market. Less supply on exchanges, less selling pressure, price goes up. So this is pretty bullish to see. As well, we're seeing the miner net position change switch from selling to accumulating. So miners are now starting to accumulate as well. So we have some reasons to not be completely all doom and gloom. We also have Lincoln Avenue Capital buying 1,000 Bitcoin. So we have another investment firm getting involved in the crypto market. They think that Bitcoin at 33,000 is low enough, worth buying. They've stated this purchase represents 5% of the firm's AUM as of July 10th, 2021. The company may invest up to 20% of the total AUM in the asset class in the future per its investment mandate. So, folks, we're seeing buyers come into the market. It's translating into the numbers. We're seeing Bitcoin leave exchanges. This is the opposite of what you would expect if we're entering a bear market. So it's not all doom and gloom. There's some off-chart fundamental reasons to be optimistic. There's pretty big news recently as well. Apple co-founder Steve Wozniak calls Bitcoin the most amazing mathematical miracle. Now, there were a lot of rumors that Apple was going to announce some big Bitcoin purchase today, folks. I made a live stream yesterday talking about this. I try to make it very clear that this was all just rumors, and then we're just talking about this for fun. There's nothing to substantiate it, just rumors. But we are seeing institutions buy in, and if we did have someone like Apple or some other big company eventually announce a Bitcoin buy, that would definitely be huge, and that would likely bring in a lot of new buyers into this market. So it's not all doom and gloom. The fundamentals are there. The off-chart factors are there. We just need the bulls to take over, break out, put in a higher high, and then as soon as we get above a major resistance point, maybe that 50-day SMA, I think we're primed to see continuation. I think any recovery rally, if we do indeed get one, is extremely likely to see continuation, given that the high time frame indicators are reset and the momentum on the high time frame is shifting from bearish to bullish. The off-chart metrics are stupidly bullish. The fundamentals never been better. It's just the technicals in the short-term price action that is definitely bearish. And folks, let me be very clear. Things are leaning more bearish. We had an attempt to break out here, and it was a failed breakout. We got rejected off the 21 daily EMA, so that is bad news bears. Currently, we're seeing if we could hold the line here at kind of 32,800 to about 32,300 around this region. If we lose this region, that is what we call in the business very bad news bears, very no bueno. But what is muy bueno is smashing that like button. Folks, smash that like button. More likes we get, the more views we get. Dank McDizzle saying, can you look at the room chart? So folks, yes, by the way, there's been a just to give you guys maybe an update on my portfolio. There has been a what's it called, not a rug pull, but a hack that's affected a couple of different cryptocurrencies. So there was, I don't really understand it fully. But apparently this exchange that held option room liquidity, blank liquidity, got hacked. And so I think it was about maybe half a dozen projects were incredibly negatively affected. So option room and blank were both hacked. The teams have stated, based off their Twitter, that they're doing some investigation and that they're going to come out with a new token, new contract addresses. So folks, if you've been involved in option room or blank, give their Twitters a follow. Go to CoinGecko, look up the project, and then click on their socials here on Twitter. Wait for the projects to respond. Put out a summary of what happened. I'll put out new smart contracts. So do not buy option room or blank on the open market right now. So definitely, go to their Twitter, read this through. For those who don't know, option room was an Oracle protocol, and blank was basically MetaMask but with a privacy layer on top. So unfortunately, I was in both, and they both dropped a shit ton. So that's bad. That's it's definitely not good. Who knows if they'll ever recover? I think they'll recover. Blank's a good project. Option room's a bit more iffy. But look, once they put out their new smart contracts, I might just buy some more, to be honest with you. But we'll see. Techno guys saying, been bearish since almost 3 months. Good for you, man. Internet guys saying, this is the week, not the other week. LOL. Yeah, and again, guys, folks, look, it's like every day is like make it or break it for Bitcoin. I get it. But based off this moving average that we've held as support all throughout the downtrend, if we get a weekly candle close below it, that would be a new factor that tips things over to the bear side. And right now, when we're deciding, when we're in this make it or break it point, any major thing that tips things over to one side or the other could be the thing that leads us to see continuation in that side. So if we get that weekly candle close below this, that's bearish confirmation. Given that we're kind of make it or break it, kind of deciding what the next major move is, if we have one of these major factors lean towards the bear side, that could be enough to tip things over to the bears and have the bears see continuation. If we get that daily candle close below 30,000, 29,000 on a lower low, then we're probably going to see $24,000 and then $20,000 Bitcoin. Also, if we go over to the monthly chart here and just look at what happened 2013, 2014. So from kind of the top of the initial impulse, we kind of had kind of 3 months to the bottom, which is what has happened here. So we have had kind of 3 months to kind of the bottom. So if we are experiencing some kind of 2013, 2014 cycle, I would expect us to kind of be pretty near bottom. So I think this month will decide it, folks. I mean, if we're, if we don't maintain this month, then things are going to really start to lean heavily more bearish. And so, again, tracking back to 2013, 2014, it took 183 days before the market really started to take off again. And by the way, if that same thing happened right now, 183 days would take us to October 1st. And October 1st, for those who don't know, hopefully I can find it here, is the trading shot golden. Here we go. The trading shot golden ratio market cycle chart here, which basically price predicts that Bitcoin is going to reach its top late September, early October this year, basically September 28th, based off the Bitcoin halving. So if we do track along with the 2013, 2014 cycle, basically bottoming out now and having the next 3 months of recovery, then we would be tracking along pretty closely with the golden ratio chart here. So we'll see if things do indeed play out. I think this week is absolutely critical. If we lose that moving average, that's not good, folks. Really not good. I mean, let's see what happened previously when we lost this moving average. We lost that moving average. Oof, no bueno. It has not been good the times we have lost this moving average. Look at all these times we've lost the moving average. We've almost immediately, well, not almost, we've always had substantial corrections every time we've lost this moving average. So, again, folks, no one thinks the end-all be-all, but losing this moving average would be pretty significant. So, let's wait and see. If we lose this thing, then I think the bears are in charge. And I'm going to really start to consider heavily moving into stablecoins, in my opinion. But 6 days. You got 6 days, folks. Please no spamming. Also, is my audio okay? Yeah, no. Can you guys not hear me? I've been having some audio issues previously. I don't know why that is. I'm going to try and... Give me a second here, folks. Why are you echoing? Yeah, can you guys not hear me okay? Give me a second to try and sort out my audio here. Echo? Yeah. Audio shot? Yeah, guys, hold on. How about now? Can you guys hear me? Is this better? Is there still an echo? Let me know down in the comments if you guys can indeed hear me. If you cannot hear me, just a bit of echo, we can hear you. But did something change? Does it sound better now? So, if not, just a bit of echo, we can hear you. Yeah, if you guys want to let me know, Messin is cursing you. Yes, it's good. It's good. Perfect. All right. Think I solved an issue. That's good. Perfect. So clear. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, I think I had just conflicting audio inputs on my end. Okay. Awesome. So people are saying 90% better. All right, folks. Yeah. No. So look, that's pretty much what's going on with Bitcoin, guys. We basically have 6 days to hold this moving average. If we don't, I mean, we see right here what happens when we lose this moving average. We have sell-offs. So it's not good. We do not want to lose this moving average, because when we're at this tipping point, folks, we're deciding what the rest of the market is going to look like. We do not want to lose another critical support level. This is a critical support level. If we lose another critical support level, that's bearish confirmation on a high time frame. So 6 days. The bulls have 6 days to get it together. If the bulls do not come back here in 6 days, it's bearish confirmation, and the bears start to look like they're winning. So let's talk about Ethereum here. So Ethereum is in a similar position where we're testing critical support here. We are testing the 200 daily EMA and SMA, $2,000. If Ethereum loses $2,000, that is very, very bearish. ETH has got to hold the line at $2,000. We've got to hold the 200 daily EMA and SMA. If we lose it, if we get a daily candle closing below it, that is what we call in the business no bueno. That is the bad news bears. We do not want to see that. If we do see that, we'll probably test 1800 or 1700 again. If we put in a lower low below 1700, daily candle close below 1700, that's bearish confirmation, and we could see plenty more downside in that scenario. So if we can't hold the line here, we're testing 1700. If we get a daily candle close below 1800, basically make a lower low, then the downside is extremely substantial. So this is make it or break it for Bitcoin and Ethereum. You've got to maintain 2000. If we don't, then the bears are in charge, folks, in my opinion. So that's what's going on with ETH. Although, if things do go back to the upside, and I lean more bullish than bearish, but again, I could be wrong, then I think Ethereum is primed to see continuation. I do believe we're in somewhat of a descending triangle / wedge with the Ethereum Bitcoin pairing. So I think if ETH breaks above this red trend line, it is primed to see plenty of continuation. Then we have EIP 1559 coming, next month, which will make Ethereum deflationary, one of the biggest bullish catalysts in Ethereum's history. Oftentimes, folks, you gotta understand this as well. There's usually anticipatory run-ups leading up to major events, and then oftentimes, not always, a sell-off. So there's often a kind of buy the rumor, sell the news kind of event. So when the London hard fork eventually does come, we could experience a sell-off event afterwards. David is saying, I call for ETH hitting 1400. Yeah, if ETH loses 18 and then 17, 1400 is extremely realistic. But before that happens, we got to see what happens at 2. If we lose 2000, then 1817 is super realistic. If we get a daily candle close below that, then yeah, 1400, super realistic, 100%. Yeah. But someone asked me this in our Discord, and folks, if you want to join our Discord, link for that's down in the description below. We post news articles there. Everyone talks crypto all the time. We interact with our members all the time, so make sure you join our Discord. Someone was asking me if I had to pick one coin to be buying right now every week. I kind of chose Ethereum. Not financial advice, do your own research. We could be entering a bear market, but I think Ethereum is a super solid choice to dollar cost average because it has long-term staying potential and also higher ROI than Bitcoin. I think Ethereum could one day overtake Bitcoin just in terms of market cap. I think Ethereum, Ethereum is going to become deflationary, harder money than Bitcoin next month. Ethereum will become scalable within the next 1 or 2 years. Ethereum, a bet on Ethereum is a bet that blockchain will continue to have utility moving forward. Bitcoin is just digital gold. That's boring. I'm betting that blockchain utility will outweigh the use case of digital gold, and because Ethereum has a lower market cap and a greater use case, I think Ethereum is a better investment over the long term than Bitcoin, but that's just me. People disagree. So I would invest in Ethereum, dollar cost average, because it has higher ROI than Bitcoin over the long term, better use case, better utility, and if we enter a bear market, I would be super confident holding Ethereum for years with the knowledge that eventually it would come back and surpass its previous all-time highs at 4,400, and then our price discovery once again eventually. So Ethereum, basically the most solid hold you could have in crypto. I mean, if you hold this thing a couple of years, 3-4 years from now, I mean, it's just a matter of time before this thing reaches its previous all-time highs and our price discovery once again. So I'm very bullish on Ethereum long term. I wouldn't be surprised if within a decade, Ethereum was tens of thousands of dollars. Who knows? Maybe even 100,000 or more. Several years from now, 5, 10, 15, 20 years from now, because I'm betting that Ethereum is the thing that the next global decentralized financial system will be built on top of. And so it's not just financial stuff, folks. Basically, blockchain is useful whenever you want to create something that doesn't have a single point of failure. So blockchain is very censorship resistant, where a country could shut down the internet, they could clamp down on everything, but because the software is running on a decentralized network, there's no point of failure. So whatever piece of software could theoretically benefit from not having a single point of failure and being decentralized, that use case, I think, will eventually be brought on to smart contract blockchain ecosystems such as Ethereum, such as Cardano, such as Polkadot, such as Phantom. Guys, there's dozens of smart contract blockchain ecosystems out there competing. Elrond, Phantom, Harmony One, Solana. There's so many out there. And while I like a lot of those, and while I own a lot of those, I like, Elrond, I like Cardano, I like Polkadot, I own all those. I'm also not kidding myself, and I hope I'm not kidding you guys. Folks, Ethereum is by far the most well-positioned to be the leader in its niche moving forward. Yes, I think there's going to be space for Cardano. I think there's going to be space for Polkadot. I think there's going to be space for all these other smart contract blockchains. But don't kid yourself. Ethereum is the most well-positioned to be the leader moving forward because it has the most developers, the most protocols built on it, the most value locked, first mover advantage. I mean, it has every single advantage in its favor. Years of development, more than its other competitors. Algorand, another one. Yeah, folks, so there's dozens of Ethereum competitors, and sure, they're all great, they're all scalable, they're all trying to be better versions of Ethereum, and they all have, kind of their niche, but with that being said, Ethereum is the leader and likely to be the leader moving forward. Ethereum's trying to become scalable. Now, if Ethereum fails at becoming scalable for the next 5 years, Ethereum just can't become scalable, then we could have a conversation of maybe Polkadot or Cardano overtaking ETH. But at this point, to think that Cardano doesn't even have smart contracts yet is going to overtake ETH is just a fantasy. So again, I like Cardano, I like Polkadot, I own them. I just also understand how well positioned Ethereum is to be the leader moving forward. And if I had to pick one project to put my money in, even if it crashed 80% more, and be confident that eventually in a couple years it would bounce back, it would be Ethereum, 100% Ethereum. But that's just me, not financial advice. Also, folks, I want to keep mentioning this because this is crazy. The amount of Ethereum held on exchanges has been dramatically dropping. This is not what you see in a bear market. We may be entering a bear market, but we're seeing Ethereum continue to dramatically leave exchanges, which is alleviating sell pressure. So look, guys, I'm not an economist, but when supply goes down and demand is either consistent or increasing, price action goes up. And we've been seeing supply go down. This is very bullish, and this just also speaks to why I think any recovery rally that ETH does have is primed to see continuation. So, folks, just to maybe hover on this portfolio for a bit, I do believe I'm kind of down overall. We will be adding kind of $100 to our portfolio every week in order to dollar cost average. At this point, I think I would probably throw it in something like Decenter, but I'm not sure for now. We will be adding that $100, I think, come Wednesday. So we will be updating you guys on when that does indeed happen. Also, for those who don't know, this challenge, me and Messon are both doing. We're building a portfolio from scratch, 5K to build over the long term. It was inspired by George from Cryptos R Us. He's definitely kind of a fundamental guy, has a different approach than I do. That's fine. That's all well and good. But he's starting this portfolio. He's doing 5K, adding 100 every week. And I think my portfolio will outperform his over the long term. And so we'll see if that does indeed happen. It'll be interesting. So, folks, definitely smash that like button, like and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified of new uploads, because it's going to be really funny if we do indeed build a better portfolio over the long term. Now, I will add to George's case from Cryptos R Us. George is putting 50% of his portfolio in like Bitcoin, Ethereum, 25% in the mid caps, and 25% in low caps, something like that. That kind of conservative portfolio will perform a lot better in a bear market. So one of the biggest criticisms of my portfolio approach here is that I'm going heavy into altcoins, and I'm highly diversified in altcoins. So if we do enter a bear market, this portfolio will do bad and will do worse than George's. So just understand, in a bear market, you want to go with the high caps, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Bitcoin and Ethereum will hold up a lot better than kind of these lower cap coins, Hathor, Superfarm. Bitcoin and Ethereum will hold up better. So just understand, in a bear market, high caps, Bitcoin and Ethereum perform better, or in a correction phase. But in a bull market, which is what I'm building this portfolio for, these lower cap coins will outperform Bitcoin. So in the short term, I may underperform due to me being heavy in low caps and diversified. But over the long term, if we enter a bull market, my portfolio is built to outperform over long term. So folks, That's pretty much most of what I had on my radar that I wanted to discuss. Altcoins are just doing bad. Everything's losing support, which, yeah, everything's bad right now. Everything's losing support. Really just understand that price action is king. 2000 is critical for Ethereum. Ethereum needs to hold that. Bitcoin needs to get above that 32,800 in the next 6 days. That is ultra critical. Also, I had something else to discuss here as well, which is the DXY. The DXY is, if we just, here we go, DXY. DXY is finding rejection off resistance. This is very good. So for those who don't know, the DXY is the dollar index. There's a direct inverse correlation between the dollar and Bitcoin. Whenever the dollar goes up, Bitcoin does poorly. Dollar goes down, Bitcoin does well. So we're currently finding rejection. If we see a further retrace, that is a very bullish factor for Bitcoin as well the stock market. Folks, Bitcoin has been unfortunately correlated with the stock market. And the stock market is doing well, putting in new all-time highs. So the fact that the dollar is doing bad and the stock market is doing good is a bullish catalyst for Bitcoin. So we'll see what happens, folks. This week is critical. This week we have the GBTC unlock and we have that weekly candle close. This week is an inflection point, super critical time. So before I kind of finish off here, let me see if you guys have any kind of last questions. In the meanwhile, well, if anyone has anything to ask, I would also ask for you guys, if you like us, want to support us, want more access to ourselves and the things we're doing, become a VIP Discord member. Go click on the link right now. It's down in the description below through our Patreon. If you sign up through our Patreon, you become a VIP Discord member. You get access to kind of a lot of the research we do, low cap gems we're buying, what we're buying, when we're buying, entry prices, that kind of thing. The staking opportunities we're taking advantage of, a bunch of helpful resources. We talk to our members regularly. So if you like us, want to support us, want more access to ourselves and what we're doing, definitely become a VIP Discord member. Again, access through that is through our Patreon. Link for that is down in the description below. And also, ask me saying this drop is for you to buy more. Well, I'm highly tempted. But if we lose this moving average here, I'm probably going to move into stablecoin. So folks, stay tuned to this channel. If anything dramatic happens, we will update you guys and let you know on what we're doing. If we do end up moving to stablecoins, if the bears do look like they're winning, we'll definitely be letting you guys know. If we get back above that 50 daily SMA, we will 100% be letting you guys know. So definitely like and subscribe. I see someone saying, give us your thoughts on Matic. So I'm trying to wrap up here, but for you, I'll do it. I'll do it for you. So let's look up Matic Polygon, because I like Matic. I own some Matic. Matic was my first ever 100x. Another reason why you want to like and subscribe, because I was talking about Matic for months, ever since it was 2 cents. Back within this range is when I was buying Matic. So imagine if you'd been subscribed to the channel, you would have heard me talking about this, and you too could have had a 100x. Not financial advice, but Matic was my first 100x. And so, this is not good. This is very bad. Yeah, this is really bad. So, Matic has lost $1. $1 is not only a psychological zone, but a clearly price reactive zone. Here resistance, here support, here support, here support, here support. We've dropped below it, which just so happens to coincide with a 618 Fibonacci retracement, which is a super macro critical support level that we have broken. This is bad, folks. This is bad for Matic Polygon. I could see us falling to 90 cents. I could see us falling down in the mid 70 cent range. Basically, just to wrap it up super quickly here with Matic, if we remain below $1, the downside potential is extremely substantial. So I like Matic Polygon. I'm holding it for long term. I think it's going to stick around. The short term looks like shit. This is bad. I don't even have to look at many moving averages or volume or fibs. Clear descending triangle, clear base of support, which we have confluence of reasons to think this is super critical. Both price action and a fib level here, and we have lost it. This is very, very bearish. So I would definitely describe Matic Polygon as short-term bearish. Now, if we can get back above $1 within the next 6 days, within the week, then this would just be a wick. So again, folks, 6 days. We have 6 days to get back above $1. If we do, it will just be a wick. It's a good sign. But basically, if we get a weekly close below $6, below $1, then we could definitely see a shit ton more bearish continuation for Matic Polygon. Bufo, what is Bufo saying? So, did you bet against Conor McGregor like I told you last week? You'd be sending on a mountain of money today to buy more crypto. Listen to Uncle Bufo. Botmatic at 0.8 with the gains. No, I did not short McGregor. I should have shorted McGregor. I did not short McGregor. I was too busy drinking water. So unfortunately, my hydration sometimes gets in the way of gambling. So there's that. But no, I'll follow your advice next time. Next time for sure. So folks, it's pretty much all I had on my mind for now. Definitely like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon because eventually me and Messin are both going to hop back on the live stream. Messin, I think he has a lot to say. He's been saying some stuff like I've been launching allegations against him. So something about fake news, this and that and the other. Folks, do not believe a word out of his lying mouth. We stick to the facts here on this channel. And the facts are that I'm clearly more well hydrated than Messin.